Fucking hair ain't full of static. I'm gonna go wet that fucker down. Man got his woman to take his seat. He got the power, oh, she got the lead. She spends her life through pleasing up her man. Feeds him dinner, oh, anything she can. She cries alone too often. Smokes and drinks and don't come home at all. Only women bleed. Only women bleed. Only women bleed. Once in a while. of the day. Don't go home at all. On the wing. On the wing.
Now it looks like JC's getting hammered. I must have missed something. I'm sorry. I just got out of bed a little while ago. Been sleeping most of the evening. Went to bed early, like usual. This is just a chat. Might turn into a panel. I'm going to sit here and smoke my joint. Oh, you making videos of Billy. Making videos of Billy. Jeez, how nice. I should be flattered. Someone's mad. Someone's mad. Look at these mad motherfuckers. JB Brown. You guys are all fucking sorts of fucked up there. Todd Heiser and Tom Darko and a few others. Money Mike. Wow, you motherfuckers are mad. Wow. So mad. So Ziggy's back on Wiggins' team, right? You reinstated all them fuckers you said you hated, right? All your enemies. Huh, Wiggin? Huh? Hey, shit this. You're so fucking bad. All I gotta do is show up. I don't even have to say anything. Just my presence alone. That's all you got? Ziggy and Rum and all of them making videos of Billy. Takes a gang, doesn't it? Ziggy comes in calling my mother, "Oh, I'm going to get timed out. I'm going to get timed out. I got 100 clones. They're ready to go. You guys just say the stupidest shit. You just fucking say the stupidest fucking shit. Rum's mad, Ziggy's mad, JT's mad, Gotti's mad. Look at you fuckers. And I don't even talk to anybody, email and text and all that shit. It's just me. Here's your opportunity. Fucktards. DA has me blocked. Charlie, you said you were never coming to my chat again. You fucking pear shaped, out of shape. Fuck. Charlie, you're a fucking moron. Rusty can't do shit. Rusty can't do anything about this boy. I'd like to see her try. Chlamydia for females. That's what CFF stands for. Bunch of chlamydia people over there. Fuck you, JT, you punk. Rusty can't do shit. I'm the prize out here. Rusty can't do anything about Billy Hayden. I'm out of reach for her. She can't do anything to me. I'd like to see her try to place a restraining. What court is she gonna fucking go to? What fucking court is she gonna go to? I just timed you out, Randy. You're not welcome in my chat, Randy. Go fucking play with yourself. Fuck you, Randy, you big fat fucking slob. That's just what you are, too, a big fat fucking slob. Go detail a car. About all you're good for. I'm sure your mother sees you as a great disappointment. You know what? How about we do this? How about we just put your fucking dumbass in fucking timeout? There. Rusty wants to come up on my panel. She's welcome to come up. Come on. Rusty can't do shit. Neither can JC. You guys crying about this Tom Flash guy. He doesn't even run a panel. I ain't losing shit. Rusty's a blowhard. Come try it, Rusty. Come try to do to me what you claim you've been doing to these other people. Tom Flash. Go make a video. I should cook a burger. Fucking hungry. Fuck you, Rusty. Marie Lupapina, you can't do jack shit. Oh, I'm gonna get a restraining order against you. Oh, you're talking about me on the internet. Oh, what a dumb fuck you are. Well, Wiggin, you see what's going on. Yeah, I went to JT's chat and he let him use my, but you agreed with it, Wiggin. So, don't send me mixed messages. That's your fucking problem. You should be fucking honest with me and everything. I know who's been doing it. Ziggy's a moron. JT shot himself in the foot. I don't clone your family, Wiggin. I could use your daughter, whatever. Copy all of Rusty's shit. Fucking Ziggy. Hey, Rusty thinks she's going to get a restraining order against me. I'd like to see her fucking try it. Oh, fucking having him in court with it. He must have agreed to that. Fucking how the fuck do you serve papers to somebody who lives far away like that? You have to go to their precinct. She can't make me go to her court. I ain't going to Washington. Fuck her. She got a problem with me. She's gonna have to come here. Ziggy's mad. I got that motherfucker triggered like a fuck. He's mad. Shan Camp, since you're communicating with that one, Shan Camp, you know what, Shan Camp, I'm a little disgusted with you. So I'm gonna ban it. It's banned. I tied the other one out. You guys are just chicken shits. I wasn't even gonna go live, but I knew before I went to bed, I peeked into JC's. I'm like, oh, this is gonna end up in a catastrophe later on, and it is. Got Nem up there fucking running his suck fuck about America, and JC won't let anybody rebut him. Sits there and plays their silly ass games. So fuck you, JC. Yeah. Now that's probably not even Jara Wiggin. It's not. Wow, Rusty, you're really busy, Rusty. Come on, Rusty, keep coming at me, bitch. Come on, Rusty, bring all your fucking boys with you. Come on, you fucking fat, overgrown fucking bitch, Rusty. I'll give you a reason to turn me in. guess I could put my glasses on. If I do that, I can read that fucker from here. I like a cup of coffee and a donut. I have donuts. I have strawberry filled and I have lemon filled donuts. Just for a snack. Oh. I've been live 36 minutes. $8 I'm leaving. I gotta be somewheres in the morning. And I'm not gonna give JT a view. I'll never ever look into his chat ever again. Never. Don't care what he does. There's nothing you can do to me, Rusty. What are you gonna do, Rusty? You're gonna come at me like you did these others? You're gonna do to me like what you did with Wiggin and all that? Huh? One of these fuckers is puny pecker pet ridiculous. An automatic ban right there, boy. It's an automatic ban. Rob, King Rob, you're such a fucktard, King Rob. What a moron you are. Bunch of liberal fucking lefties in here. Holy fuck. You know, you can be liberal without being a lefty. Just, abide by the Constitution. JC doesn't want us to have guns. Americans shouldn't have guns. That's what she believes. We shouldn't have guns. And that Lady Venom's the same way. Fuck you, JC. I am the antithesis of what your chat is, JC. Your chat is full of freaks, fairies, dykes, and all kinds of fucking shit. Not here. No. Not here. It goes for you too, Zenny. Ms. Good Vibes. Oh, like you're some type of spiritual leader. Okay, Zenny. Zenny, okay, you're my spiritual leader. I come to you and we can just sit here and meditate. Let's meditate. Oh, let's meditate. Read deep. Oh, let's meditate. Fuck you, Zenny. And your boyfriend. He's a moron. You're a moron. Yeah, you are. Fucking hilarious. Well, let's see what I got here. So many fucking commercials. Fucking ignorant motherfuckers. Now it's gonna buffer on me. What the fuck?
Common sense is the wind beneath our predatory wings. And Shemaine has literally helping people discover true happiness and make America healthy again. Shemaine Nugent has been on a rampage to chemical warfare out of our out of our grocery carts, out of our children's sacred temple. My God, she has written this wonderful book called Abundantly.
Tiffany thinks we don't know anything about nutrition. She's been fat all her fucking life, and then when now in these chats, she's trying to get rid of the celluloid. What's the matter, Rusty? You getting tired of timed out? You and Ziggy and all your fucking sycophants over there?
It's a great book where some game wardens have a soul. Some game wardens know that a 3-shell limit on 15 doves is insane. Some game wardens know that sustained yield harvesting the surplus to make room for next year's wildlife production is the sound science that has brought back record.
Yeah, I've been with Ted all this time. I'm a big wildlife guy. I love the wilderness.
A ticket to a little girl grouse hunting because her shotgun was leaning up against a truck tire, empty. Caught in the grooves of a gumbo motor truck, but that was considered by a punk ass game warden. It's in the vehicle. It's not in the vehicle. It's leaning up against the tire. But that was against the law in Michigan. You pricks.
He's mad at the game wardens.
Our game warden's story.
I'm going to listen to this. Mute myself.
Dedicated to it. I can't be stopped. Welcome back to 10 Minutes of Spirit Camper, where truth, logic, and common sense is the wind beneath our predator eagle wings. And Shemaine has a wonderful book that is literally helping people discover true happiness and health. Shemaine Nugent has been on page to get the chemical warfare out of our grocery carts, out of our children's sacred God. She has written this wonderful book called Abundantly Well. This is the gift you should get for the use of what that is, or maybe go down to the Nile River, or maybe the River, maybe the Socrates, or Amazon, go to the Amazon River. Yeah, Abundantly Well. She's just brilliant. She's so good. She's so good. Also, there's a great book by my buddy John Borkovich called Fishing Game 911. This is a great book where some game wardens have a soul. Some game wardens know that a 3-shell limit on 15 doves is insane. Some game wardens know that sustained yield harvesting the surplus to make room for next year's wildlife production is the sound science that has brought back record numbers of elk and deer and turkey and geese and waterfowl, cougars and bears ever in recorded history. And some game wardens are absolute pricks. Ticket to a little girl grouse hunting because her shotgun was against a truck tire. Caught in the ribs of a gumbo motor truck, but that was considered by a game warden. Vehicle, it's not in the vehicle, it's leaning up against the tire. But that was against the law in Michigan. You pricks. John Borkovich, let's see where you get this for. He's the game warden story about discretion, science-based game law. At wildlife911officer.com, or maybe post-production. Look at wildlife911officer.com. It's a great book, inside scoop about a game warden who actually treated people kindly. And if you're hunting deer during the deer season, the bow and arrow during the bow and arrow season, but you throw corn closer to your tree stand so you can harvest the essential necessary deer that you have a license. People know that no human being has authority over where American throws corn. Waste and disease is a lie and a scam in Texas Parks and Wildlife. How do you live? You lie to your children like that? Michigan DNR. Well, if you put out corn, it'll cause disease. If you put out corn, it'll cause disease. If you eat apples, it causes disease. But now you can move the apples and put out corn. You get a license to put out corn and move the apples. So you get a piece of paper now that life did you lose your soul? Are you the leader of the Joe Biden fan club? Do you promote Hillary Clinton's vision of America? Wildlife, you have lost your mind. Chronic wasted disease. This isn't a guitar player. This is the science that we've spent millions, tens of millions of dollars waste. Millions of dollars. Elon Musk, President Trump, Doge, Department of Government Efficiency.
I've been fighting a slight cold last few days.
Chronic waste and disease, when the study is over, people can't get it from meat, even from a tainted CWD positive deer.
Thought I was going to lose my voice the other day, and then it went right away. It was like, oh, fuck.
More deer will die today on the highways of America.
Burp.
Did you hear that venison belch during the word all? Was that
No, Brock.
As I condemn deep state criminal power abusing in departments like the Texas Parks and Wildlife. And if you think I'm
We've had that problem up here.
explain yourself.
I've had a run in with a certain game warden.
Never a deer herd. More deer will die from car collisions.
Why it's important to know your rights.
All the confirmed deaths from CWD. Now, not all the deaths they've caused. The Texas Parks and Wildlife
Motherfucker threatened to take my four-wheeler.
Michigan DNR, Illinois DNR, Wisconsin DNR, Minnesota DNR. They're slaughtering deer, looking for it. They kill thousands of deer, and maybe one or two tested positive. But those deer live long enough for 100 to kill and spend money in the asset column, and they could have eaten the venison and not gotten chronic weight disease. The science is in. Unless you're Dr. Fauci and you wear a face in your vehicle all alone with the windows rolled up, and you allow a bureaucrat to tell you can't say goodbye to your dying grandmother because they have control over your life. That's how bad these people are.
That JT.
Texas Parks and Wildlife.
JT went along with Dr. Fauci. He thinks the government, it's all fixed. JT doesn't understand the complexity of our government. I don't get to vote for Nancy Pelosi. He's in Texas. I don't get to vote for Al Green. He says those things, but he's not specific about who in the government. He just blanket statement for everybody that gets involved with government. And, he doesn't really talk about Trump because you can't be friends with Rusty and like Trump. It's impossible. You can't be on the same team in a YouTube chat because Rusty is a Trump hater. First and foremost, Rusty hates conservative people. You're right, Rusty. So do something, bitch.
DNR, Wisconsin DNR, Minnesota DNR, Missouri DNR, Conservation, Colorado Department of Conservation. They're all the same people as Dr. Fauci. They wear masks in their car with the windows rolled up because they're anti-science and they're idiots. Michigan DNR is suing me because I have feral Russian boar. I don't have feral Russian boar. Why don't they sue me for having three-legged pterodactyls? Because I have as many three-legged pterodactyls as I have feral Russian boar. Some of the pigs they are banning, not only are they not from Russia or in Russia, but they're sows. They're not boars. They're sows. You people are idiots.
I've never killed a wild pig.
Shame on you. You're suing me for having
Including a bear, because bear are in the pig family. Bear are swine.
There's no such a Russian boar. The only Russian
I wonder if the Muslims knew that way back then. Bears are swine. Oh, there's got to be black bear in Europe, right? I don't know.
Game ranch, then be legal pig, a legal pig breeder. By the time they get to my summarized acres, now they're illegal. You lying. These are the same lying that said what we voted.
The same bastard.
DNR, shove it up your ass. You can vote that a dove is a songbird.
You hear that, Relentless? You're from Detroit.
You can vote that the pheasant is a songbird. It'll never be a songbird. You can vote that
I'm a conservationist.
Sparrow, which means an escaped domestic animal.
Partridge, other than deer meat, is the best eating. If you have a venison dinner and you eat partridge or quail or pheasant to go along with it, that's a good dinner. Make pheasant like Peking duck if you know how to do it.
Because he's taking care of Sunrise Safaris and Sunrise Acres in Michigan. We have families from all over the country, all over the world, come and hunt us every year. And these pigs, just like they're pigs, they're hairy pigs. They're not from Russia. They're not in Russia. And they're not feral. Feral pigs are pigs that have escaped. Mine haven't escaped. Now, it's wild escape topography, but it's within a confined high fence preserve. They haven't escaped. They're not feral. We're suing you for your feral pigs. They're not feral. They're on the preserve. They haven't escaped. You.
The Honda CR-V is one of the most
Commercial.
SUVs, and it's also
Honda.
Elusive. Deer are elusive, even on high fence. They're more elusive than South Texas deer. They're more elusive than Illinois forest preserve deer.
Deer up here are very elusive.
I mean, even the great Steve Wilson, he can't get excited about farm raised deer.
Deer will find you in the woods before you find it.
The choice of the individual or not. Knock him, Steve. I guess I am. He's such a great guy. Got great shows. He's really a genius. He's a good guy. He's a good hunter. But Steve, you have to support freedom, whether you indulge in that choice of freedom or not. So stupid. And then in Texas, you can't trap a pig and bring it across county lines. Put the pigs across county lines all day and all night. They walk across county lines. The corruption.
So in other words, Europe, they didn't really practice any environmentalism over there. I wouldn't want to live in Europe, Justine. The fucking last place I'd want to be.
They have been lying to us.
I'd move to Canada first if I had to.
Lying about CWD when CWD has never hurt a herd. It can't be transmitted to humans, and more deer will die on the highways than from chronic wasting disease. And for every deer that does die from wasting disease, millions of fawns are born. Truth, logic, and common sense, because I believe in freedom. Go to tednugent.com and get the 50th anniversary T-shirt for Stranglehold. Do I have another?
I was 13 when that song came out. 13.
I love the Second Amendment. They're absolute. God gave them to me. Go to tednugent.com, get the challenge coins and the hats, but the 50th anniversary Stranglehold T-shirt is awesome. I'll be back with more fire.
Boom, 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 boom. Got you in a stranglehold, baby, down across your face. All right, this is a half hour long. So I got to hook this up so I can sit here and not hold my phone up so you can see it. But the audio, I just treat it like it's the radio. The stream. So I just let this
tyranny of so-called diversity, equity, and inclusion policies all across the entire federal government and indeed the private sector and our military.
And I loved it. I loved it when he said we're going to do the diversity and equity and inclusion in the military. If there's one place you should have pure merit, that organization is meant to kill people. You don't hire someone, whether it's a man that wears a dress or the color of their skin or what they like to do in their bedroom. You hire the very best people you can get.
This is going to be good.
This video is brought to you by TatumStore.com. TatumStore.com. We got a whole bunch of new merch, and I got two things that I want to tell you guys about. First, let's start with Lucky 20. If you put Lucky 20 in, you'll get 20% off this specific product line. So we did some Fighting Irish Trump shirt for St. Patty's Day. It's actually probably the coolest things that I've ever seen. It kind of remind me of the throwback starter. Some of y'all are too young to know what a starter jacket is. But get you some of this merch today. I got the hat right here.
Hey, just about 2 weeks I've had these.
Okay.
Which today?
So,
Friday?
today. And another thing.
Yeah.
If the money
So it would have been, it'd be 2 weeks Monday I got these.
We got 50% off some of these overpriced items.
I've ate most of them.
These are all my favorites, to be quite honest. But we want to get rid of the stock, and it benefits you more than it benefits me, all right? So 50% off. All you have to do is put these into the cart. It'll automatically give you a 50% off code. Now, you can't use both together. So if you use Lucky 20, you can't use 50% off. Use 50% off, you can't use Lucky 20. So make your decision on which ones you want to buy. Like, subscribe to the channel. Y'all already know what to do. Let's get into this. Let me go to Mark Madsen, one of my good friends, very successful patriot. They love America, they love freedom, and love capitalism. I want to bring Mark in so we can talk a little bit about some insight is when it comes to
Mark Madsen.
As a decent human being, right? I would love to hear what Mark has to say about this, because this was the craziest thing ever. So help me with the show, Mark Madsen for Madsen Money.
Great to be with you. Good workout this morning too, by the way. Putting the ball away. So I know you got your T-Force. I'm a supporter of that. So
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. I'm gonna put my butt muscle. But Mark, man, I want to hear your thoughts on this. I know you watched the speech. Obviously, the business, okay, it has a lot to do with what you do in the market, is like that, and so I'm sure you're privy to all of that. What was your thought, just as a man, just as an American, just as a person who loves freedom? What was your thoughts on that speech that Donald Trump did?
I've never been so proud of our country and so disgusted by the Democrat Party. Donald Trump was amazing in this speech. I think it's the best speech he's ever done. He was amazingly upbeat. He is the great showman, but he also has a soft side, a tender side, and he also has a funny side, a humorous side. And I thought he brought that all to bear on very serious issues. He literally set a pathway for prosperity. He said renewing the American dream. I wrote a whole book on the American dream. And I can tell you that the Republicans understand, Donald Trump understands the American dream. It's based on freedom. It's based on self-responsibility. It's based on the refusal to be a victim. It's based on merit. It's based on creating value for other people. And he touched on all of that.
Merit. The Purple Heart originally had the word merit on it. So veterans of wars before World War II, if you received a Purple Heart, I forget exactly, I don't know if they did it World War I, but it used to have the word merit on it. Now, if you earn a Purple Heart, it has the bust of George Washington on it.
From the economy's perspective, number one, we need to keep our tax breaks that we had, continue those for sure. We talked about no Social Security, no tax on tips, and he also talked about the ability to write off the interest on your car if it's an American-made car. So I think he, and also no tax on Social Security to say already. And I thought it was very, very upbeat, very positive, very good for America. But what disgusted me, and you hit on this, is that the Democrats couldn't stand for one single good thing. They didn't stand for peace. They didn't applaud for peace. They didn't applaud for getting murderers and rapists and terrorists out of our country. They didn't applaud for the poor women that stood up whose children were killed and tortured under a bridge. They didn't stand up for DJ, and they didn't stand up for the young man. I thought one of the greatest moments was where the young man going into West Point and got a high five from DJ. That was so good. You know, and I'm probably a bigger wimp than you are. I was crying last night. I had to wipe my eyes. I'm like, this is absolutely believable. But the hate and the venom and the animus of watching those people on the other side of the aisle, the lack of respect, they are doubling down on you named it. I don't think it's left versus right. I don't think it's liberal versus conservative. To me, last night, it was good versus evil. And it hurt my heart. Great hope that with Donald Trump, we are headed in the right direction.
You said that. It is good against evil, because you got to be evil to fix your face, to fix your posture, to not celebrate the young boy at West Point. Do you know how crazy it is? They accepted his application on the spot. They made the young man DJ an honorary Secret Service member on the spot. They named the animal sanctuary after the child that lost her life. It was 12 years old. They got brutally murdered by an illegal alien that never should have been in this country in the first place. They could not fix their attitude enough to say, you know what, I may not stand because I'm a dummy, but I at least will clap my hands and show some support to these young people who are impartial to politics. Many of them love Trump because he's done something to help them. They don't love Trump just because they're Republicans and they hate Democrats. It's because he kept his promises. And so, Mark, I want to ask you about, what do you think that we're headed? What direction are we headed when it comes to the economy in America? Because I know that obviously Manson Money is an incredible company. I've been to events, I've spoken at events that you guys have done, and I have nothing but respect for you guys. And for me personally, if I'm going to manage my money, it's going to be with you guys, right? We have an account with you guys, and I do the 401k with all our people through Manson Money. So it's not just something I'm just talking out my butt with. And I did the American Dream experience. And I'll say this, you don't have to say it, Mark. I think every American, I think people outside of America, but especially America, should go through the 2-day American Dream experience that you guys put on. You have one virtual, and then you have one in person. Me and the wife did the one in person. 2 days. I said, there ain't nothing nobody can tell me about money in my mind in 2 days. It's 2 days. 2 days is way too much. But it wasn't just about money. It was about the American dream. I have never seen nothing put together like that before. And I hope to God that everybody watching this and anybody else that's interested, you have to do the experience, either the virtual, and if you live in Arizona, you want to fly to Arizona, you got to do it here. But what direction, Mark, are we going? Is Trump leading us off a cliff? Or do you think that Trump's tariffs and other things can really cause us to do well, even in spite of the stock market being a little volatile?
Well, look, volatility in the stock market is the name of the game. It's always going to be volatile. And one of the biggest jobs for investors is to ignore the noise on a day-to-day basis. But I know a lot of people are nervous about the tariffs. But look, he said it in the speech. This is reciprocal. If you put a tariff on us, we put a tariff on you. Canada, 60% of their GDP comes from America. Mexico, 70% of their GDP comes from America. China, 30% of their GDP comes from America. They have way more to lose than we do. And what's Trump asking for? It's real simple. Treat us fairly with trade. Don't put onerous tariffs on us because we'll do the same to you. And then control the border. You can't have the American dream with an unsafe border. You cannot. And the moment he said that the illegal immigration or immigrants coming in illegal is down 98%. I mean, everyone, the Democrats spent 4 years saying that they wanted to stop the illegal. They said it. They lied through their teeth. They wanted to stop it, but they needed legislation. And Trump nailed it. He said, you didn't need legislation. You just needed a new president. And that is exactly the truth. You can't have an American dream without America. And we need strong borders. And that's what Donald Trump is saying. We need strong borders, and we need to stand up for ourselves on the world stage. He's not saying we want to withdraw from the world stage. He's just saying we want to be treated fairly. If Europe's going to criticize us, about not giving enough money to Ukraine to defend it, well, then they should double, triple, and quadruple the money they're giving. They're spending more money in Russia buying oil than they are giving it to Ukraine to defend themselves. So I'm sorry if I'm skeptical about their hearts and their loyalty to save Ukraine. I don't think they have any other loyalty other than to save themselves, and they're not doing a very good job of that. So I'm not nervous about the tariffs because I think that these other companies will capitulate. They're not going to hurt themselves. Once the pain starts, and Donald Trump is great at this, way better than I am. He's great at seeing the weakness of the enemy and knowing where to actually put the pressure point. And he's the world's greatest negotiator. And I suspect he will get a deal with Canada. He will get a deal with Mexico. He'll get a deal in Ukraine. And I have a lot of hope that these endless wars will come to an end. So I think the economy's, the most important thing is he also said last night, we are going to balance the budget. You reduce the taxes, you stop the spending with Doge, you get reasonable. It made me sick with those people holding up their cards, save Medicare. No one's talking about killing Medicare. He's talking about saving Medicare. He's talking about saving Social Security. People need to wake up. And to me, the sour, nasty, demeaning, hateful faces they were making, that speaks vision for the direction they want for this world. They want America to go down. They want victimization. If you're out there and you're trying to live your American dream, they want you to be a victim. They don't want you to even like America. They're not patriots. They want you to hate America because that builds bigger bureaucracies, gives them more power, and it's woke Marxism, and Trump hates it, and so does his cabinet. And I suspect 4 years from now, this will be a much better country than he is even today.
I agree with you 200 billion kajillion %. You know, it's common sense, Mark. I mean, it's just common sense. People like you and I that have a little bit of common sense will know that capitalism is how we've been able to sustain this country and grow it to the power that it has been. Free market trade, you know, and also could be like the Democrats are wussies with a P. Okay, they are afraid to stand up for us, right? You see, Zelensky came into the Oval Office and he got checked.
Here's what they think. They really do think this, but they're not. They don't know how to handle bullies. They actually thought if they give money to Iran, if they're big friends with them, if they're nice to them, if they have a reset button with Russia, if all these wimpy, you know, they're like in school, the wimpy kid, you know, that always gets beat up and thinks if they just bring presents for their friends, you know, that they'll be nice to them. That's not how you deal with a bully. You deal with a bully from strength. And I loved it. I loved it when he said we're not going to do diversity and equity and inclusion in the military. If there's one place you should have pure merit, that organization is meant to kill people. That's what they're all about, killing and protecting our country and protecting other free countries. And you don't hire someone, whether it's a man that wears a dress or the color of their skin or what they like to do in their bedroom. You hire the very best people you can get. I mean, that should be so obvious to anybody with common sense.
Yeah, you know what? It's because these people are really the ones who are homophobic. These are the ones who are racist because they project that black people aren't qualified. So they can't compete on merit. So they got to give them a booster. It's like, nah, if y'all weren't so racist and ignorant, you would realize that black people can compete as well. And therefore, if you make it a merit-based competition, then therefore black people, Hispanic people, women will all be able to fairly compete. And they're going to have jobs based on what they put into it. You can't just hand stuff to people and you can't be racist. The first thing, Martin Luther King, they celebrate Martin Luther King Day. They in the streets crying and spitting over Martin Luther King. But he said that you should be judged by the content of your character, not the color of your skin. And the very thing they do is say you need to be judged by the color of your skin, not the content of your character. And they should be ashamed of themselves.
Yeah, it's really bad. I always tell our employees, and think about the psychology of that. If you go to work somewhere and you know the requirement that they hire you for is not based on merit or competence or going out there and making a difference. It's on something that is not related to performance. When that happens, the morale of your company goes down. It gets destroyed. I always tell our people the best way to have diversity in a company, and I think we have great diversity, is to hire the very best people you can find. And if you hire the very best people, you're going to have great diversity. And that's all it takes. Because people, I believe people are strong. I believe people can fight for themselves. I believe people can grow. And I believe people can be responsible. That is the American dream. We have by the way, since you gave us a little plug there, we do have a 2-day workshop virtual coming up. You can go to our website and check that out. It's going to be absolutely incredible, especially for people that can't travel to Scottsdale. I learned this from watching my dad and my grandpa. They grew up in West Virginia, right by the railroad tracks, destitute poverty, rats coming in and out of the house. And my grandfather really hated the American dream, and he thought people that had money were evil. And I think that's another Democrat philosophy. If you have money, you're evil, except if you're a bureaucrat and you stole it from the government, then you're good somehow. But if you're an entrepreneur and you work hard and you create money and value, they feel like taking half of all your stuff every year in the form of taxes and other confiscatory regulations. Somehow that's right. They want to take half of everything when you make it. They want to take half of everything when you die. They want to take half of everything when you earn it. What's left? They would love to take it all. And Donald Trump understands that's destructive. Dr. Art Lafferle on our academic board will also tell you that the more you increase taxes, the less people will work hard and the less absolute revenue you'll take in for a country.
Yeah, Thomas Sowell, he's a great economist and somebody I respect. In one of his books, he had made mention that they've noticed the correlation, which is exactly what you said. The higher you raise the taxes, people feel that it's insurmountable, or they want to divert the taxes. They want to cheat the tax system, and they get less money in the treasury. When you lower taxes and people feel like the taxes are reasonable enough to pay, they tend to pay taxes more. And it also, it brings more money into the treasury. And it's a common fact that every single person with common sense knows. So the question is, why do the Democrats do it? And they do it because they're fake and they're evil. And raising the taxes is raising the taxes on the middle class. It's not raising the taxes on wealthy people, because people don't know how business works, right? Yeah, if you gave corporate taxes, right? Just because you don't have to pay $5 million in taxes this year, don't mean you're gonna put it in the pocket of the CEO. That's not how businesses grow and work. You can put more money into advertisement. You can put more money into acquisitions. You put more money into things that's going to make you more money. So these idiots don't understand the value of lowering corporate taxes so you can continue to build wealth in businesses. And lowering taxes don't mean that the people that work there don't pay taxes, because now you got all employees paying taxes. You got to pay payroll taxes. They contribute to sales tax. I mean, all of these other taxes are coming from companies that grow and expand and hire people that make money and build the economy. That's the name of the game. So, Mark, you said you guys had an event coming up. What day is it? Is it in like 2 days? Is it a week? Or
you guys got the dates for the next?
Because I want people to be able to have an opportunity to attend this. Like it was life changing. It was a life changing event for me, especially money, man. I love the part where, and I don't want to give it away because people hate you need to do this, but it was the question that you guys asked in the American Dream Experience about, have you ever talked to your parents about money? Like, did you know how much your parents made? And most people are like, I know they would never talk about money, which is the craziest thing ever, is that people won't talk about money, but you need money to take care of everything. So what day was that event?
Yeah, we call that the no talk rule. The next virtual event, and anybody can attend. The next virtual event is March 27th and 28th. You get great materials. We'll send you out some swag. It'll be a great time. It's going to be absolutely incredible. If you want to register, this is like probably my email is probably going to get blown up, but I'm going to tell you. Oh, what we got here? Oh, all right, here we go. You can go. Yeah. I got people. I need people. Tatum, as you know, Brandon, as you know, it's the web. It's adxmatsonmoney.com. You can go there and register, adxmatson.matsonmoney.com. Or you can Google Matson Money, and you can get registered. It'll be absolute phenomenal 2 days. and you'll learn about money, you'll learn about the economy, you'll learn about how to invest. One of the things that they said, to be fair and balanced, one of the things I wish he didn't say it last night, and I was actually glad he didn't. I'm not a big fan of Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies. I think they're very toxic. I think it's speculating, gambling. There's much better ways to handle your money. And I think he might be kind of shying away from that because he knows that there's a lot of problems with it. But as far as the taxes and the tariffs and the freedom and the regulation, and look, you paid money into Social Security. You paid money into Social Security for 30, 40 years. You shouldn't have to pay taxes to get your own money out. And the interest rate the government gives you when it's like probably 1%, you could have invested in stocks and made 10%. You could have millions of dollars. And then they want to tax your Social Security after they gave you crappy rates of returns to begin with. That's the mind of a bureaucrat. I can tell you why they love. I can tell you where they get all their money. It's mind-boggling to me that people can have this idea. Money is evil. Money is greedy. People that have it are greedy, especially entrepreneurs and business people. But somehow in their minds, so this is the bizarre part, if you're a politician, somehow you're a special breed of person who's not driven by greed, who's not driven by avarice, who's not driven by evil. And so if you're a bureaucrat and you hold public office and then you get off of it and you go to work at one of these boards, one of these corporations, or you're Obama and you get $1 million per speaking gig, you don't think this is rigged, guys? Come on. There's nobody more greedy than a politician. Trump was already a billionaire. He doesn't have anything to lose. I don't know. I tell you what, I don't know how you get Elon Musk with all his money and all of his power and all of his innovation, how you get him to stop making rockets for a while and help save this country. That's a miracle.
Oh, he makes rockets. That's why he's so rich.
Trump, who's a billionaire, to step up for America. What he did was one other thing I was thinking about. How quick things can change. Just 6 months ago, it looked like DEI was forever. Wokeism was forever. High taxes were forever. People coming into our country, criminals, many of them, cartels, having endless wars forever. It looked like this was our natural state of things for the next 20 years as one Democrat president after another came in. And just like that, I couldn't even believe it on the night that he won. It was like some kind of miracle. But freedom, entrepreneurism, hard work, protecting our government, protecting the world, all in like 2 months. It's really helped my heart. It really has helped my heart feel good about this country and good about the people in this country who stood up on that day to vote and saved this country, in my estimation. Because if we had 4 years of Kamala, that would have been a completely different speech last night.
100,000%. We would have been going downhill fast, and they would have been capitulating to all this woke and virtue signaling, and we would have just been, wars been going on, getting taken advantage of. I mean, we know it as businessmen. When you have a toxic leader, how it can ruin an entire organization, and that's what we had as a toxic leader. Donald Trump is not toxic. They just hate that they're not him. And they hate successful people. They hate people with the entrepreneur spirit. They hate our founding fathers. They hate the foundation of this country. That's why they want to tear down signs and they want to tear down statues and they want to revise history and they want to teach your kids now that there's multiple genders and to hate God. And these people are evil. But Mark, we got to sit down. I'm gonna let you. I gotta let you get the last word. We got to sit down, man. I want to have a deeper discussion. You got to come here to the headquarters because I want to sit down and talk through all this stuff like an hour long. I want to talk the whole time because I want to also talk to you about money too. Because I'm not gonna say I interviewed somebody just recently that's supposed to be a billionaire, and nobody gonna probably ever see that interview, and I was perplexed that simple questions about money and about growth and success was not mentioned one time. No articulable reason about investing in nothing. In an entire speech of a person who claimed to be a billionaire and that everybody has seen on television and supposed to be this guru, I couldn't believe it to the point where I do not think that I would post that interview. So I want to talk to you, man. I want to get it to the people because people don't understand finances and they don't understand how this stuff works. But I was going to give you the last word, Mark. I know you're a busy man.
I love this. I could do this all day. I love it. I absolutely love it. Look,
I wear a lot of hats. I'm a husband, proud dad of my 3 sons, coach, small business owner, dairy farmer, and served on the dairy co-op board. We can lower costs for families by cutting wasteful government spending that makes prices higher.
part of the American dream is visualizing what you can do for other people and how you can help them, and the gratitude for living in the greatest country that has ever existed at the greatest time on this planet that has ever existed. And do we have problems? Sure. This isn't heaven. Hopefully we're going there. Hopefully we'll all go there, and it's going to be perfect there. But right now we're on Earth, and Earth isn't perfect. It's fallen, and we work as hard as we can to do the best that we can. But we can't give more power, money, prestige to politicians who want to subvert capitalism and free markets. The foundation of our country and the American dream is freedom of speech, freedom to start your own business, freedom of religion, freedom of the press. And we're moving towards that way. And it's a beautiful thing to watch. And it's inspiring to anyone that believes in the American dream. I just love hanging out with you, whether it's, hanging out at the gym or going to dinner or on your show. And I think if we can get this message about the American dream, I wrote a book about it too. Experiencing.
I know I have the book. I'm trying to get him to grab it. I thought it was right here in my office. I guess it's in my other office.
Shameless plug.
Yeah. No, it's a great book, man. Your story about your dad, your grandfather is insane. The story about the bullying, when that kid was bullying you every day. All of the stories, man. There's some stories in there that made me cry, especially when you say that the American Dream experience. I mean, God dang, I'm tearing up and all that stuff. I mean, your story is so great. I was talking about you the other day, and people think that people who are wealthy and do well in life and believe in capitalism somehow inherited this bundle of money and a silver spoon in their mouth. And I'm like, no. Mark came from humble beginnings, and he's been able to do incredible things because he really believed in the American dream. But anyway, we'll put the link to your book, Mark, in the comment section. I think we'll make this as on independent video and put it out there. And also we'll put a link to the American Dream experience because everybody needs to experience that. Now, how can they go follow you on social media and stuff to keep up with what you're doing?
Yeah, well, I have Instagram, the Mark Matson, Facebook. Also, they're getting me into TikTok. So there you go. I'm a little late. I'm slow on the adaptation on that. But here's one last thing I'd like to say to everybody. We need more patriots like you, Brandon. We need more people that are willing to fight for this country and fight for what's right. And I know you got banned on Instagram for a while. I don't know if it was shadow ban or an outright ban.
It was shadow ban for sure.
And you kept fighting and you kept telling the truth. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud to be your friend. And I hope you get 10 million followers because you deserve it. You're a great American. I'm proud to be your friend.
Oh, Mark, you don't get me all teary-eyed on here, man. No, likewise, man. You're an incredible leader, incredible example, man. And one day I'm gonna be like you. But I got your book. See, I told him I got your book. I got your book right here. So y'all go get it, Nick. Let's put the links in there to the event and to the book. Mark, love you, man. Hopefully we can do dinner soon. I'll see you around, man. Thanks for coming on.
Do it. Thanks, brother.
All right.
My pleasure.
All righty. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Mark Manson from Manson Money, man, an incredible guy. I know him personally. He's an incredible guy, man. It inspired me so much. I mean, I went to one of his events in Orlando, Florida. I did the American Dream experience at the headquarters here in Scottsdale, Arizona, and it blew me away. I'm being honest. Like, I was like 2 days of this. I don't know if I could do that. Oh my God, it changed my life. I thought it was about money, and I thought it was just about investing. When it's you realize that investing is just a small part of this overarching idea of the American dream and how it relates to you. And Josh also teaches at the American Dream experience as well. So you guys will see Josh Crawford. He'll be there too. Big old tall guy. I think he like 6'7" or something like that. And we were at the dinner, man. He made me look like I'm short, and I'm 6'2". But anyway, y'all go and support Mark. Get the book.
Big guy, that's a big man, 6'2".
Incredible book. The stories in there change your life, make you cry. I mean, the American Dream Experience. Some of the stuff he said, the American Dream Experience. I mean, it revives who you are and how you relate to your future. And your future does have something to do with money, unless you sleeping on the rock and you think somehow because your loving kindness feeds you every day. But anyway.
That was interesting.
How much money has actually gone to supporting Ukraine as opposed to other things? Well, here you have a series of 5 bills.
Clara Fernandez.
Most charismatic wrestler of all time. No question. The most charismatic guy I've ever worked with.
Andre the Giant.
Great guy. Just later in life, it just became really hard for him to have any peace. I think it kind of pushed him over the edge. I mean, he couldn't go anywhere through an airport. He had no privacy. I mean, if you think like Michael Jordan or Muhammad Ali or Tiger Woods or something like that, couldn't go somewhere. Imagine Andre the Giant, right? I've been to a lot of bars with him. People just won't leave him alone. And after a while, they don't mean to be malicious, but it gangs up on you. You know what I mean? It's all about how people approach you. Somebody listens to him, hey, Don, right? It's the same applies to me. Like if people are nice to me, I'll do anything for them.
A cannon punch, lightning speed with the legs, and bare power to find Don Fry.
Watch Don Fry.
MMA. Today,
Tank
he
Abbott.
is the hero of the Night of Champions as we remember the Ultimate 96 tournament. Another favorite from Ultimate 96 was Tank Abbott, a fighter whom every self-respecting
I was in
MMA
college
fan
in
knows.
1996. I turned 25 that year,
Who
or
is the
35.
greatest fighter in the world? This question guided the first UFC tournament.
Anyway,
The show began with great disappointment, as one of the strongest members of the Octagon, Mark Coleman,
that's what I was
eliminated
going to
due to a
do.
virus.
Hey, VB, remember that post you made and you had my picture up there with Kamala and, old white men for Kamala? See, this is what VB does. She says she's untrollable. You're worse than Rusty. You guys can't admit when you're wrong. Come on up, VB. I know you're fucking hanging around. Ziggy's, you're sucking JT's ass. And, these two, VB and Rusty, they're the fucking main culprits right there. Little fucking go behind bitches. How about it, VB? Why don't you bring your bitch ass up here, VB? I'm calling you out tonight. And see how Wiggin likes that. How about it, VB? What happened to all the old white men for fucking Harris? Doesn't look like they got her elected. I think all the old white men voted for Trump. Now that's funny. VB, I'm calling your fucking dumbass out, you fucking whore. Come on. You chicken shit. Your little boyfriend there, Ziggy, JT let him use my mother's picture on his panel. Of all the fucking things. And you think I'm going to cry? How about it, VB, you slut? Where's John Graham at? Oh, you fucking indignant motherfucks. Come on. I shouldn't even be live right now. I shouldn't even be doing this. But you know what? God's telling me to. I'm right in the gutter with you motherfuckers. Come on, VB. Tell us about all these old white men that were for Kamala Harris. If I got that fucker on here. I hope I do. I don't. Fuck. Son of a bitch. Should be on this one though. I don't have her on this one either. Fucker. I'm gonna have to go find it. Fuck. Oh fuck. I hate giving this fucker a view, but I gotta see if it's there, so I fuck cocksucker. Oh well. See if that fucker's there. She probably got it blocked. She's an idiot. Yeah, that's a fucking train wreck. That's fucking sad. So pretty much Rusty told JT that she doesn't like me, and so they gave permission to Ziggy to do that with Mom's picture, and they sat there and laughed. That's pretty much what happened when I was up on JT's panel. So then I just noticed Shannon has a wrench in there. So are VB and Rusty on the outs again, or are they friendly, or what's the deal there? Because you know VB is going to stay stuck up JC's ass. So, you know, it's like they want to try to confuse you on purpose. So does Rusty like JC or no? Because I've seen her trash her, and then white knight her against me. And there's LD Live up on JT's panel again. I guess him pissing on that jacket doesn't bother them at all. Now Tiffany threw Daughter of Truth under the bus. What a sausage fest. I guess that's what they say. That matchmaker guy, JC fucking you left the scene and he stood up and fucking mooned everybody. JC, how many times you use my name in the title of your stream? Or your stream was about Billy. And you're talking, you say you don't talk politics, but you let that fucking NEM up there, and he gets to mealy mouth America every which way but loose. They talk about the truth, they come in there and you get mad at them. JC. I see you went off air, JC. You notice I'm not taking my streams down? Anytime Wiggin does something, that's just a red flag when he does that shit. All of a sudden, he's demanding that I take my streams down. I'm going to report you. Good, report me. And give me something to work with. Because I will write a letter to my congressman about Google and YouTube. I will do that. And I'll write one to my assemblyman also. And I will put it in the paper. JC says she called the mayor in my village Monday this week. Last time she did that, I run into Didi Skozafava and I asked her about it. Hey, they laugh at you, JC. If you actually did that, you're stupid. That's just plain fucking stupid. Oh, I'm gonna call Europe or wherever. I'm gonna find out where acid drip is and call the authorities on him. I don't need to. He called the fucking cops. They got his information now. Wonder if something was said. Because I told the cops, I said that was a death threat when he said drive by. He told the guy, "Oh, there might be a drive by. Billy's being racist. You guys don't understand. Oh, you got to get him off of YouTube." And now look at him. His channel's not even there. I searched to see if he was live a little while ago. Ain't nothing. Bunch of mindless nubs over there at your chat, JT. Holy fuck. What else do I have I could play? That's what I wanted to play. I should play it over again. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to watch this funny.
A cannon punch, lightning speed with the legs, and bare power define Don Fry, a legend of old school MMA. Today, he is the hero of the Night of Champions, as we remember the Ultimate 96 tournament. Another favorite from Ultimate 96 was Tank Abbott, a fighter whom every self-respecting MMA fan knows. So let's get started. Who is the greatest fighter in the world? This question guided the first UFC tournament. The show began with great disappointment, as one of the strongest members of the Octagon, Mark Coleman, was eliminated due to a virus, which greatly upset Don Fry, who dreamed of avenging the defeat. Fishhooks, bites, and punches to the eyeballs were banned in this tournament. The ever-present John McCarthy was keeping order. It was an incredible atmosphere, with fans eagerly awaiting the fights. Up first is Ken Shamrock's fight with the tough Brian Johnston. Behind the scenes, this fight was actually not first, but was the fourth fight, as UFC manipulated the records to ensure that in the semifinals, Tank Abbott, after 2 fights, clashed with Ken Shamrock following only 1. Tank arranged a showdown, but no justice was done. Understandably, Johnston, the winner of the Golden Gloves tournament, wanted to fight in a standing position, knowing Shamrock's raised chin was a good target. But Shamrock had good takedowns and at the right moment caught a low kick and moved to the ground. After that, Brian's wheels fell off. Repeated blows hit Johnston's head, which worried management as Shamrock was easily injured and had withdrawn from previous tournaments many times before. Johnston didn't even think about giving up, forcing Ken to strike over and over again, but noticed that Shamrock starts hitting with his left, the result of an obvious injury to his right hand. He presses the opponent with his head into the octagon and then carries out a choke with his forearm. If only Shamrock had done this earlier, he could have avoided injury. Now here's the fight we were waiting for. Fry's revenge with the frenzied arm wrestler Gary Goodrich, Big Daddy. Goodrich was a very tough competitor, and the fans are on the edges of their seats. Goodrich intends to get even with Fry for his defeat at UFC 8. Fry is, as always, charged up. As the fight began, the fighters immediately came together in a hockey clinch, exchanging mutual uppercuts. The larger Gary pins Don against the octagon. For this fight, Goodrich donned a gi, inspired by Royce Gracie, but this only made him more tired. Meanwhile, Fry was already throwing powerful hooks and uppercuts. Goodrich returned fire. Then a real showdown begins. Goodrich calls Fry, putting himself under attack. A real feud and not dull trash for the cameras. And again, the hockey clinch. Fry is clearly stronger as he throws another blow. Goodrich is tired. You can see that he is uncomfortable with the gi. Fry lands a blow to the head, but gets a counterattack from Big Daddy. Gary throws Don Fry, an elite wrestler, on the floor. Gary uses dirty tricks, but to no avail. Fry tries to enter the armbar, and the second attempt to enter an armbar from Fry failed, but he managed to throw off the opponent. Goodrich surrenders, but we cannot rush to condemn him, as he later admitted that because of the gi, his heart almost stopped. He simply could not move. For the second time, Don Fry defeats Big Daddy, but neither were easy victories. It's high time for Tank to face Cal Worsham, a former Marine and guard at Folsom Prison. An interesting matchup for a street fighter with a prison term behind him to square off against a prison guard. But Tank liked this arrangement. Before, he had won in the cage against police officer Steve Jenham. Cal immediately throws a right cross. He is not afraid of Abbott, but Tank squeezes him at the perimeter. And here is the most famous moment of old school MMA. Before the fight, Tank expressed the desire to be the first to throw a person out of the cage, but Worsham managed to catch his foot, throwing many blows to the head of Tank. Tank aggressively works on the ground. Cal uses dirty tricks, but claimed that it was Tank who pressed his eyes. In the end, Worsham surrenders, and while Tank takes a lap, Cal rushes to a fight that's already been stopped. With Big John McCarthy, such tricks don't work. Cal said that Tank pressed on his eyes and even reached into his mouth with his fingers, with McCarthy covering for him. But that's just nonsense. John was in conflict with Tank. It would not shield him. Tank himself would much rather have beat Cal to death. The next fight is Kimo Leopoldo's fight against Paul Varlands. And this is the most awkward passage to the legs that I've ever seen. Leopoldo merely ran, so Paul simply fell on him. Varlands was not taken aback and used his fists. Powerful elbows, and I don't envy him, not one bit. He obviously didn't plan for this series of blows. Kimo tries to throw Paul down, but due to his weak response, he receives heavy blows up the yin-yang with elbows and a blow to his head. Varlands clearly does not want to be a springboard. Let me remind you that the UFC scheduled fights in a certain order so that favorites like Leopoldo fought with guys like Varlands and easily made the next round, a fact that the UFC admitted. After 9 minutes of beating, Leopoldo knocks over his opponent, hammering him on the ground. Quite the will to win. Unfortunate, but predictable. Shamrock broke his arm and withdrew from the fight against Tank, who had bad blood with Shamrock and had long wanted to settle scores. Ken was replaced by a tough guy, Steve Nelmark. The fight begins, and Nelmark clearly has no response for Tank. Hard punches to the body and a powerful throw, a beautiful display of early MMA. The fight continues, and Abbott breaks loose, throwing sweeping punches. Tank hits with a left uppercut, and Nelmark is shocked. Abbott throws a deadly right hook that knocks Steve out of his shoes. Tank makes history at UFC with one of the most famous knockouts in MMA history.
I want to take this place from us. My family is in danger. My wife.
And now the semifinal bout between Don Fry and substitute Mark Hall. Kimo Leopoldo, fresh off a win against Varlands, was unable to compete in the semifinal. As Varlands himself said, he had partially spoiled UFC's planned draw. This was Hall's third fight with Fry in 1996 alone. The first fight was a 10-minute one-sided beating from Fry. The second fight, half the length, was the same result. Without any problems, Fry throws Hall and does a submission move to his leg. Hall's face exudes pain. In his book, McCarthy expressed surprise at such a quick submission by Hall, although everyone knowledgeable about this painful submission maneuver certainly appreciates the pain that Hall was experiencing. McCarthy also wrote that Hall and Fry subsequently worked with the same manager, which evinced that this short meeting was negotiated. But was it necessary for a beast like Fry to buy a fight with a fighter like Hall? You decide for yourself. And finally, the mega fight of Tank versus the Predator. Abbott was extremely intent on victory, eager to finally earn his first UFC title. But Fry was no pushover. The fight has begun. With an accurate jab, Tank knocks down the former pro boxer, and after that, a real old school fight begins. An open exchange of blows, and Tank clearly beats Fry, taking aim, but careful not to lose his head. Here, Tank falls accidentally, but the Predator sensed blood in the water and turned up the heat on Tank with his superior fighting skills. Tank loses by rear naked choke for the second time in the final of a tournament. Abbott was incredibly disappointed, but Don Fry did not escape unfazed, with his face resembling a blood mask inflicted by Tank. Tank clearly did not intend to stay in the octagon for long. This was the evening of the Ultimate 96 Championship and the legendary confrontation between
Whatever that's supposed to fucking be. Strange that doesn't come up on this. Huh. Fuck Chuck. The fuck Chuck. Fuck up Chuck. Wow. Hey, there it is. I found it. And this other one. Only because I know who's trolling me. Another one that blocks and talks fucking crap. So, check this out. First piece of paper here. Thank you. 322 from me for the direction. He found it. He wrote it. He thought I didn't give her any money. Whatever. Next one. Here. The March 3, 2022. The 200 on surgery on loan. He wrote it. I never paid her any money. Go with the next one. Yeah. There's your dirty laundry boy right there. Why you block me and talk shit there, fucking squirt? Little squirt. These fuckers. That's Feline Fiend's boyfriend or whatever. Whatever's fucking go on. Like, I give a shit. Wow. Talk about fucking pettiness. Feline Fee is tied in with Whippermantle. So is that guy. Yeah, they're tied in with all them suck fucks over there. Whippermantle and his little fucking crew. Rusty spoke up, and I brought, that's her friend, Feline Fee. Yeah, anybody that I tried to address that was doing that, right? Because that's what they do. They'll block you, and other person won't block you, and that other person will want you to see them talking to the person that has you blocked. Oldest fucking trick in the book. Stevie Ray Vaughan's version of some of Jimi Hendrix music. Up to the mountain, chop it down with the edge of my hand. I'm gonna to the mountain, oh, with the edge of my hand. Plug this in. You see, Wigan, I have to do my own research. I knew they were going to do that over there at JT's chat. They just can't resist. And Ziggy's the one that I flushed out. So there you go. That's a real piece of shit right there, VB. That's your boy, him and Rob Noxious. Where are you, Rob Noxious? You're another one. Blocks and runs your suck fuck. You get mad. You won't show your book or your music or anything because you know I won't like it because it's garbage. It's not something fucking the common man wants to listen to when he's in the barn cleaning the fucking shit. Opie.
Check this out. First piece of paper here. Thank you. 322 from me.
He found it.
Interesting.
He wrote it.
I'm doxing you, by the way. Or are you doxing yourself? I'm sorry.
March 3, 2022. The 200 on surgery on loan. He wrote it in it, but oh, what's the next one? Yeah.
He's got some yellow daisies. Naroder. Oh yeah, I'm dealing with some of the best and the fucking brightest, that's for sure. Laundry is that bald headed motherfucker. Oh, he's got music with it. Oh, isn't that nice? What is it with these people and looking in the mirror? Ah, fucking itchy poo. Randy. Union break. I'll be back in a few. My hair's dry. Staticky though. What's that a sign of? Static. Electricity right there. I'm fucking electrified. Beard doesn't do it though. Yeah, I'm going to take a break. I've been live for just about 3 hours. Ain't nobody coming up here. So I'm going to take a break. I'll be back later. Unless you want to come up. I'll go wet my hair again. Good night.